A D.C. couple offered a spare room in their home to help a student interning on Capitol Hill for the summer. Today, the couple has founded the Washington Intern Student Housing Program, which has provided temporary intern housing to more than 100 colleges and universities worldwide. Inspired by President Joe Biden's call for diversity in the workforce, Jacqueline Lewis established the HBCU National Center in November 2021 to directly eliminate students struggling with the cost of living while in D.C. The program provides experiences and opportunities for HBCU students to connect with mentors and alumni, network with community leaders, and explore the nation's capital without having to worry about the expensive cost of living while interning in Washington, D.C. Joining us now is Haley DeShiel, HBCU National Center Program Coordinator, and Michonne Robinson and Anaya Chambers, HBCU National Center Student Ambassadors. Glad to have all three of you here. First of all, here's the deal. I never knew this even existed. So Sydney, who works with us, North Carolina A&T student, when she had the Black News Channel internship, one of her professors, David Squires, hit me up and said, hey, he was looking to provide an intern. I said, well, look, I said, I can provide the intern, be paid intern. I said, but not housing. And so they said, we'll work on the housing. And so one day I was leaving the office and I dropped her off. And I was like, where in the hell am I dropping her off to? And it was like this, this HBCU center. And so, I mean, that is pretty awesome. And so how many students do you host each year?
Yeah, so I can take that question. So probably the reason you hadn't heard about it is because we just started in fall 2021. So this is only our third semester. But so far we've had 26 students stay with us for free since September 2021. This summer we had 12 students, which is our most per semester so far.
Now, what is your capacity?
So right now, the HBCU students are housed in one of the WISH buildings. To begin with, we had a floor designated for them, but our goal is to have them take the whole building. It's just a matter of getting the word out to enough people to fill up the building.
So hold on. So let me be clear here. So right now you're on a floor. So how many people can the building hold?
Like 200 students.
So you're looking to fill that up. Which means you have available room, but you need the people, right?
Mm-hmm. Correct.
Now,
yes.
is there a cost for the students? Who's paying for this? How does that work?
No, there's no cost. Once they receive the grant, it's considered fully paid for. The HBCU National Center is founded through the profits of WISH. So we make the money through WISH and use that to funnel into the HBCU National Center.
So let's just say, perfect example. So let's say this year I have 4 interns. I've got a student from Howard, I have a student from Morgan State, and then one from Norfolk State, and then one from North Carolina A&T. So let's say I have 4 interns who are HBCU students, but they're all from somewhere else. And so let's say again, if I provide the paid internship, how would I or someone else connect with you to be able to work and link those students up to provide a place to stay?
Yeah, so far we've worked directly with universities and with congressional offices, because that's where the bulk of our connections are. But this right now is great to connect with more intern providers, so more people can know about us and reach out directly to me. Our email is hbcunc@internsdc.com. Anyone can reach out there if they have interns they want housing for. We can help.
So, to your two student ambassadors, I mean, it must be pretty cool. Obviously, coming to work here in D.C. and then being able to connect with other students. And so, talk about the camaraderie. Talk about, I mean, obviously, folks are working and folks are tired as hell, but it has to be a pretty interesting and unique experience to have all of you sort of living together, communing together.
Take this one.
Yeah, I'll take one. It was a great experience for me, honestly. Everybody went by, all of us stand on the same floor. We all have different internships. Like I work at Department of Homeland Security. Anaya also works at Department of Homeland Security. We have Chandra, who works at the Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated headquarters. We have Javon, who's also an Edward Waters student who works here at HBCU National Center. And then we have Nicole and Ian. They also work for the Congress members. And also, like, we have students that also work for the U.S. Chambers. So all of us come from, like, different states. Majority of us come from different states. Like, I came from Alabama. Naya came from Kentucky. We have one that came from Louisiana, one that came from Dallas. So we are all from different places. And I just feel like, it made us like a family together. Like, we're all in this place staying here together. We all stayed on the same floor, so we all connected with each other. So if we needed something, we always were like a door away from each other. So it was a real great experience, real great experience.
All right, go ahead.
Oh. I was a part of the first class, so I became the ambassador. But as to Mashawn's point, it was nice meeting other students from HBCUs and just all connecting about where we come from, our different campuses, our different internships. It's a great experience. Without the HBCU National Center, I don't think I would have been able to come here and intern in D.C. on Capitol Hill and then now for Homeland Security. So I think it's a great opportunity. I met.
This is. No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, I was just saying I met some really good people who became my close friends.
This is one of the issues, and we've talked about this here, that part of the problem, why I think this is also great, is because when you talk about on Capitol Hill, the reason the interns are so white, because frankly, black kids and Latino kids and other kids, look, they can't afford to sit here and come to D.C., work for free, pay for housing, pay for food. That's one of the reasons why the internship pool is so white. And so there has to be that level of assistance provided to sort of break down those barriers. I remember Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, when she came in, she made it clear she was paying her interns. She said they shouldn't be working for free. And so that also is crucial.
Right, and I just, even within the HBCU National Center, when you go on our website, we have like different resources for students also to apply for internships for like the United States Senate. We have like White House scholars who's also part of the program. We have we have students who also, we have that resources on our page also for you not to only get that free housing, but also for you to earn or get an internship within the Congress and the Senate.
I would agree. Our biggest challenge so far.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. I was saying one of our biggest challenges that we've noticed is working with universities to find those students that want to come to DC and actually intern. That's been our biggest challenge, probably why we haven't been able to get the amount of students that we want, but our numbers have increased from the first class where it was 6 of us, and then the spring, and now we're up to 12. So we're making slow but sure progress.
And I think to your point that students can't afford it, so they don't think of it as an option. So kids aren't thinking, oh, I want to go to DC for my spring semester because it just is financially out of the question. So we also are doing constant outreach to career centers at universities. So the kids there, they can do outreach to their students and say, you can go to DC. We have this thing to help you get there.
So look, we're going to make it easy for y'all. Bottom line is we got people who are watching this show. We're going to help spread the word. I've got 3.7 million social media followers. So we'll push that out. Don't be shocked and surprised if you get some inquiries. Because I just think this is a great idea. And again, Jackie Lewis, this is awesome what they are doing, and more people should be aware of this because, yes, this does. Look, at the end of the day, the reason HBCU students don't think about it because the first thing they factor in, man, I can't afford to actually go live there. Now, last question for you. Is it for any internship in the nation's capital? Obviously, sitting and working with my show, so it's not limited just to on Capitol Hill, correct?
Yeah.
Correct. You can intern anywhere. Like me and Mashawn said, we both intern for Homeland Security. Sydney interned with you. If they have any internship here in DC, they're able to stay with the HBCU National Center.
Wow, that is absolutely awesome. Again, I love it. This is a great idea. We'll push this thing out. I appreciate y'all housing Sydney. Hopefully she learned something in her internship. Today's actually her last day. She's here in Vegas. She's behind the camera. Sydney, walk out here.
Congrats, Sydney.
We miss you.
So, all right, Sydney, you can wave at everybody. So y'all, so this is. Hold on, you got to bend down, Sydney. You didn't zoom the camera out. She's working the camera, and she didn't zoom the camera out. So, all right, y'all. So we certainly appreciate it. This is a great idea. Good luck, and we'll help y'all. We'll help you fill that building up. Oh, hold on. So you said by semester. So do you do students fall, spring,
Yes.
summer? So what's the schedule?
Mm-hmm. So our fall students for WISH and the HBCU National Center move in August 20th. But we are still accepting applications right now. So we had like a soft deadline, but no real deadline. If you have an internship and you want to come, we're still accepting applications.
All right, then. Look, great idea. Thanks a bunch. We'll push this thing out. And certainly, congratulations to you all. And please give my best to your founder. That is just a really phenomenal thing that she is doing to really help because this does alleviate a lot of the issues that so many HBCU students who are black and of color face in trying to live here in D.C.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, thanks a lot. Let me go to our panel, Michael, Matt, and Kelly. Kelly, I'll start with you. You are HBCU grad. I mean, that is pretty cool. Seriously, I didn't know about it because it was a trip. David Squire said, "Hey, we're going to help. We're going to help Sydney find a place to stay with this paid internship." And again, when we were leaving the office, I was like, "I don't call Uber. I'll go ahead and drop you off." And I dropped her off. And I was like, "Where the hell is she living?"
Yeah, I mean,
we were going on Capitol Hill. And I was like, "What in the hell?" I said, "I've never heard of this place." And so for them to have allocations specifically for HBCU students, that's awesome.
I think it's phenomenal. I really, really do. Because when it comes, I remember what it was like to be a college student trying to find an internship. Granted, I went to Bowie State, so my proximity to DC was, a lot closer than other HBCUs. So I was lucky in that regard. But it was still really difficult trying to find one and also securing the necessities that I would need in order to keep the internship. So I can only imagine what it's like for students, now who live further out with likely fewer resources to try and fulfill their dreams of working on the Hill or just working in DC in general. Programs like this are vital to students at HBCUs, and I'm happy that it exists. I wish I knew more about what exactly they need to sustain this program and to expand this program, because they need all the help that they can get. Because what I would love to see is it being fully funded between, like a stipend for transportation, housing's covered. What about food? What about other needs? Because things are more expensive in DC than, say, southern states and the like. So as I would love to see something where the student is covered in a holistic point of view, like 100%, where they don't need for anything. But this is a fantastic start, and I'm extremely proud of those who started this program because it really is needed.
Michael.
Yeah, Roland, this is something that's fantastic. I had not heard of this before today. And yeah, I think this is something that really has to be funded and expanded because this can help to level the playing field so that we have more African Americans who are congressional staffers. Because if you can become a congressional staffer, you can learn how Congress works, the House of Representatives, the U.S. Senate. Then you may actually run for Congress. You may run for the House of Representatives, especially the U.S. Senate, because the Senate is 95% white. So if you can get in there as a college student and learn how things work, get relationships, make friendships, things like this, this can help level the playing field. You're correct. The reason why the congressional staffers are so white is a lot of our people can't afford to go work for free. So.
Yep.
This is really important.
Matt, closes out.
I had the benefit of interning on Capitol Hill when I was a freshman at Howard, and it was formative for my career. I think Michael's 100% right because it was so important in demystifying how things worked, and I had the benefit of working for a Black member, and it was just a formative experience for my career. So what I want to suggest to them, if they are still listening, is to reach out to all the respective HBCU alumni associations, because I think there are so many alumni in those ranks who would not only want to donate, but who have found it to be formative, their own internship experience in DC and otherwise, and understand the import of it. So I think that connection can just further buttress what they've already done, but I think it's an extraordinary program.